Today on Sunyshore Station, we take a deep dive into one of our favorite games of all time, Skyrim. Let's get into it. It's always sunny at Sunyshore Station. How's it going, everyone? Fusrodab back again with another episode of Sunyshore Station. And today I am joined by, you know him, you love him, everyone stop what you're doing, slam on brakes in the middle of the highway, and start applauding for Tylerthegrey.
Oh Lord, don't cause any traffic accidents. We hate that kind of stuff.
Sunyshore Station is not responsible for loss of life or limb. How are you today, buddy?
I'm doing all right. Having some good times. Just kind of chilling. How about you?
I'm doing great. I feel like this episode's going to be my bread and butter because my name is kind of, based on Skyrim.
Yeah.
I still don't know what to call this, I guess. Like, deep dive into Skyrim. I don't know. We don't know yet. We're going to figure it out. I'm going to ask ChatGTP, what's a clickable title for a podcast? I'm just kidding. Or am I?
I mean.
No, let's be real. Oh, me. I think I can speak for Tyler and I when I say that Skyrim is probably the game that we own the most copies of.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've bought it 3 times on PC, once on Switch, twice on Xbox 360. I traded in once, and then I bought it once on PS4.
So I think I'm going to ask you first, Tyler, and then we'll go and talk about it from there. So the first question is, what was the first copy of Skyrim you owned?
Xbox 360.
Same actually.
Yeah,
so
sure.
I got it later in life. I got an Xbox 360 when the Xbox One came out because the 360 was cheaper.
Yeah.
And I bought Skyrim because that was the game I wanted to play. And I had watched people play it. And my friends had it. And I played it, I want to say, on the way to college. Like, it was around that time. So it was very, very, very recently. I didn't have, like I said, my parents didn't let me have fun games growing up, man.
Boy.
So it was later on in life, but as an adult, I really dove into it. You know what I mean? So 360 for me as well. The second question is, what is your favorite way to like console or PC or whatever to play it on? What is your go-to?
You know what's funny to me? I was gonna say PC, honestly, but I really was impressed with the Switch version. I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for that, but I like the ability to take it around and play it anywhere. Especially because I bought like this Super Smacker Special Edition, like hooray, kind of thing.
Yeah.
With all the DLC, with the fishing, they added the fishing in as a DLC or something like that, and all the extra mod stuff they had. But obviously, you don't have the mod stuff on Switch, but they added their own versions of a lot of the stuff, and I really enjoyed that. But we'll have to see, because I want to try and play it on Steam Link coming up. I still, to this day, I am still playing Skyrim, so it's just kind of one of those amazing things.
You'll still be playing it even after 20 million years when Elder Scrolls 6 comes out.
Really, honestly. It's just really great.
I have to agree with you, though. The Switch version is really good, especially because you get the little Master Sword and the link tunic and stuff. That sent me, dude. I was like, okay, this is great.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like it's just something about being able to do that, and not having the ability to do console commands and all that stuff, but then still figuring out ways to cheese the game. My character on the Switch has like 150,000 magicka and infinite stamina, basically. And it's just, there's a million different ways to glitch in that game, and that's one of the beauty things. Like, I guess one of the beauty things, I'm gonna keep that. One of the beauty things about Skyrim and all Bethesda games, they're loaded with glitches, and they can be fun or hindering, but most of the time they're just fun. But how about you? Like, you're like the Switch version, or like, do you have a certain version you like more?
I would say probably because of, the portability. I did enjoy playing the hours that I played on the Switch.
Yeah.
But I definitely love the loadout of all the mods on the PC. That's a lot of fun.
And the loading times.
Yeah.
Oh, God, the loading times.
It's a nice way. They say PC Master Race for a reason.
Yeah.
We both got honker PCs, dude. So
yeah.
And I don't know. I enjoy playing all of the mods and stuff like that I'm able to do, and play it and just enjoy it. So I cheese the game, like you said. I cheese the mess out of it.
Because I mean, at this point, we've bought it on every freaking console.
Yeah.
Are we really going to be penalized and like by anybody for like adding, like instead of just adding like a second start mod or something like that, to start with like max skills, or like like make a D&D character, like you have so many skills you can class in, and then make those tops. And then, like, that's how I usually go about, replaying Skyrim nowadays. And I'm going to try on the phone, because I think that would be really nice, because the Steam link is really incredible.
Yeah.
So you can play the games on Steam with all your mods and everything, and then stream it to your phone with the controller with, like, 0 latency on it. Like, it's
which is awesome. Technology is incredible, what we've been able to do.
Yeah. But I'm going to try that soon, because I got to buy the anniversary edition. We'll see. But
yeah,
I don't know, man. It's all really cool. And I can't really think of that. Well, what about you? Like, so if I had to ask, like, what was your favorite kind of, I don't know, what was your favorite guild?
Before we get into guilds, can we take a step back? Because that's a great question. Let's take it back to the very beginning. What race?
Yeah.
Let's go straight through. Let's go straight through this, okay?
Let's go.
I love that question.
Yeah.
Let's put it on pause. Put a pin in it. Put a pin real quick. What race do you always go? Oh, I just bumped the crap out of my microphone. Oops.
So I really used to I love doing a Dark Elf. I love Dark Elf. That's my favorite. It was my favorite, rather, until I got more into like spell casting.
Yeah. So
I started going with High Elves. I think they're pretty great. I would always go High Elf, and I would try to do the classic, kind of like, I don't know, sneaky archer spell sword type thing.
That's what I find myself gravitating towards too.
Yeah. It's just so powerful and a lot of fun too.
It's fun. Yeah. I have this mod, they're surprise arrows or something like that. Every arrow you fire does something different. And there was there was one that I shot an arrow, and it spawned a black hole in that area, and everything like gravitated towards the items, enemies, everything, and it smashed all in together into one.
Like a gravity.
Yeah, that's a gravity well. It was awesome. But I agree with you. High Elf is what I find myself playing. Something I've really enjoyed playing too is Khajiit. I enjoy that. But Skyrim belongs to the Nords.
Yeah. I haven't even, I don't know. All right, I know it's blasphemous, but I probably have, over 2,500 hours in this game. Like, if I'm being like conservative on my estimates.
I was about to say that's pretty conservative.
Yeah. But I've never played a Nord. I don't think I've ever played a Nord.
You need to. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun just because, like, whenever somebody says Skyrim belongs to the Nords, you're like, yes, I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
Get your milk drinker ready.
Another question that goes right afterwards is, what kind of class do you find yourself going to?
Usually, mage, honestly. I've been experimenting, like I said, I like the sneaky stuff, but recently I've been really going towards like 100% focusing in destruction, and then maybe illusion or something like that. It's just, I don't know. I like the ability to like full on Emperor Palpatine my enemies, like
unlimited power.
If I'm playing the game at this point, I'm playing the game the way I want to play it, with 150,000 magicka. So I'm pretty much, have unlimited, magic. And that's what the beauty of it is to me.
Yeah.
Not necessarily just using the most powerful spells, but finding ways to use like lesser spells in conjunction with each other to like achieve the goal, instead of just, basically, dropping a nuke on them, which most of the spells, like the new anniversary edition, they added like a list of new spells that are insanely powerful. And they don't have that whole wind up like the other ones did. So if you have the magic to do it, bro, you can just become death. Like you am become death. you
am. I love that. I find myself gravitating towards like stealth and thief, really. Lockpicking skills and stealth. I find that to be very fun. Pickpocketing. I love seeing how much I can get away with before I get caught. That is always like the thing I gravitate towards. And then if I just really want to cause mayhem, I'll be like super, super, super high up in destruction. and
Yeah,
whatever,
that's
and just
me.
go like cause as much mayhem as possible.
Because I too, I don't really focus on sneak as much, because if you have enough, magic kind
Yeah.
of power, you can kind of get away with that kind of deal. But I always do pick, lock picking, because if you're not doing lock picking, there's so many things in the game you're not gonna be able to do. But also, you can also go with alteration. I
Oh
believe.
yeah. Mhm.
So there was one of the new spells they added in the anniversary edition. Basically unlocks everything up like to a master almost.
Wow. Okay.
So it's just like za.
That's really kind of overpowered, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, it saves me a lot of time. Not gonna lie.
My next question for you, Tyler, would be Stormcloaks or Imperials?
Ooh boy. All right. So I always go Stormcloaks. I don't think I've ever gone Imperial.
Has anyone ever, like, sound off in the comments, have you ever chosen Imperial?
You will be judged heavily.
I mean, like, stand by your choice, but I mean, I like,
For sure.
Naturally, without knowing anything about the game when I first played, I went with the Stormcloaks. I don't know, the Imperials were kind of trying to execute you.
It's like the Imperial Dawn, or instead of Red Dawn, Like,
Yeah.
you gotta defend against the attackers.
I mean, like, come on, man. Like, they're literally trying to kill you in the opening, and you're okay with that? Like,
A little bit of Stockholm syndrome. It's like, yeah,
I
I know
have
you're just trying
done
to kill me.
hundreds of files, and I've never once played with the Imperials.
No.
Ever. Never once.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're on the same page about that.
No, yeah. But I also, the amount of times I've actually completed through the campaign is probably like once or twice or 3 times maybe. There's so many other things to do in the game.
Yeah.
I just get bored with it. It's like, go over here, milk drinker. Collect this thing over here, milk drinker. It's like, all right, okay. They're just like going on runs here, like
I've only completed the story one time.
I'm like a dang task rabbit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of the same, honestly,
I mean, just the amount of like side quests and everything you're able to do. Okay, so another question for you. This is kind of cool. We weren't planning on doing it this way, but this is kind of working.
Yeah, this is working out.
What is the one area or city or part of the map that you've spent the most time at?
Ooh, this is so hard, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I know it might not. I guess it still counts at this point since it's been around so long. I really like Solstheim. I really like that part of Morrowind. I like the vibe. But also, if we're going through, just Skyrim, probably like the middle area towards the north areas.
Okay.
I really like the snowy parts a lot. I didn't really like Riften, Markarth is okay. Falkreath is okay.
Solitude
middle
area?
map's all right. Yeah, I do like Solitude area. Solitude like Dawnstar up there.
Okay.
Basically, Windhelm to Solitude. I just like, there's so many things in the mountains, because they try to hide a lot of stuff in those mountains in a way, like all these different dwarven ruins and stuff, and you can pop out over here from, Black March or Black Reach, I think it's called, or come out over here or wherever else. I just found myself a lot up there. I killed a lot of saber cats or saber tigers, when you want to call them. What about you?
Since I've played so many different files, obviously the place that I have spent the most time is probably like the Whiterun area.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm just trying out different classes or trying out playing the game. I've seen that starting sequence so many times.
Finally awake.
Yeah, right. But I will say I think my favorite area is probably Riften. I love Riften.
It's a chill area.
It's chill. I like it a lot. I love the secret entrance to the Thieves Guild. It's really cool. That was super cool to me. I'm a sucker for like trapdoors and secret entrances and stuff like that. I think that's like the coolest thing in the world. So like when I see people on like TikTok building like trapdoors, secret entrances to like a man cave or something, I'm like, I have to have that,
That's so cool. Yeah.
My answer is kind of boring with the Whiterun and all that stuff.
Well, that makes sense. Like logically, if you've made so many, like you get that far before you realize, I don't want to play this character.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There is a really good mod though for helping you skip the intro of the game. Like I've since used it a lot.
Yeah.
I use the Realm of Lorkhan. You ever use that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's where you start in this like ethereal realm. You can choose a class and it'll give you banes and boons and stuff like that. You can pick up items and whatnot to help you get started on your thing. You can start from any part of the map, any part of the game at a neutral start. It's great.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like that. I like that a lot. There's like a mod for that for Pokemon too, where you can like start from another town and make your way around, which is fun. I like that a lot because it kind of like takes you through the. I've done that like 3 or 4 times now, and I've enjoyed it. I've started in Solitude a bunch, started in Riften a couple times because I absolutely love Riften. So, but I kind of gravitate towards that rather than you know, the start of the game. I try to avoid those parts now when I'm playing the game.
Yeah, because it's just a pain, like a real pain in the tuchus, if you ask me. Really, I just the same thing over and over again. And it's many times we played this game.
Yeah,
I can't handle it any longer. But that's really what keeps me from doing some other stuff. So it might be worth looking into trying to get one of those.
It's fun
for sure.
It's well made too. It's great.
Yeah. And that was really interesting to me with the anniversary edition. They added a bunch of new housing, like a pirate ship in this cove.
Oh, okay.
And they added like a manor where it's like a vampire manor. You have like areas for like, you know, they say cattle or feed cattle or just whatever else. Lots of different. There's one that's like a really crazy. It adds a whole dungeon to the game. But it also adds the Dwemer Ruins. So it's like a large version of that, like a mansion style, like, you know, 8 to 9 rooms. Like every room has all the stuff, the enchanting tables. Because like a lot of times in the game, it was hard to find places that had all of the new stuff from all the DLCs when they originally, you know, like the chanting staff or like the other table that lets you make those explosive bugs or something. Or it was very interesting. They've flushed this game out so well at this point that it really is going to be up there for me for forever. Just because there's so much you can do, so many different ways you can play it. You know, so many different starts you can have, and with mods like there's one I got called Hardcore No Milk Drinkers Allowed, it was called. So like it basically turned the game into a Dark Souls like difficulty.
Ooh, okay.
So you put it on like ultra hard or something like that top level. But so at that point you're both like you and the enemies are doing 18 times damage to each other. So but you're on the same playing field. So like if anyone who knows the Skyrim games, if you raise the difficulty, they just get added health and damage, like towards you, basically. So this evens it out. So if you want it to be really, really hard, you can go to that mode and then have it be like, oh man, arrows are lethal. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Like like literally 1 or 2 arrows, like 2, you're very lucky if you can get 2. If you survive a fireball or a chain lightning, you're the luckiest individual ever. It definitely raises the stakes and changes how you play the game tactically, and I thought that was super cool. It's just one of those games that you can change everything about, and that's what really gets me happy to play it again.
I think my next question, let's go back to favorite guild.
Yeah, so I even including DLC kind of stuff. What would you say was your favorite quest line? Like either lengthwise or however like you want to judge it.
It's a tie between the Dark Brotherhood and the Thieves Guild.
The
Thieves Guild, I think, gets the leg up for me because, like I said previously, I gravitate towards the thief kind of playability. Yeah. Like, you know, I love stealth. I love sneaking around. I love lockpicking, pickpocketing. It's fun. One of my favorite things in the quest line is whenever you have to plant something on somebody. Remember that?
Yes.
You have to plant the evidence. That was fun. That was super cool.
That was the first one.
Yeah, I love that. It's so cool. And then the quest to get to the Thieves Guild in the first place is super cool. Like I said, I'm a sucker for secret entrances. I'm a sucker for like hidden pathways.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. But the Dark Brotherhood is also very fun. A lot of time spent on that as well. But I think the Thieves Guild, I think that one takes the punch for me.
I got you.
What about you?
I really, really enjoyed the Dawn Guard campaign. I didn't enjoy the companions at all. I felt like that was kind of, I don't know, simple.
You look tough. You think you could join the companions?
I didn't enjoy them that much. The one I really wanted to enjoy was the magic one, but they didn't really give a crap when they made that. It's just
the College of Winterhold.
Yeah, it just wasn't that good to me. It really wasn't good.
I agree.
I've played both as vampire and werewolf for whatever you want to say. My one on Switch, I found a glitch to make me both at the same time, which is pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You're a werepire.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. I'm a hybrid. But I really enjoyed all of the quests for Dawn Guard. Going through all that stuff. I really did enjoy the Thieves Guild stuff. But I think Dawn Guard is going to have to take the cake for me on that one, for sure.
Strong choice.
Yeah, it was a good one, though. I really enjoy that one.
Another good question, this is definitely an interesting one, is what's your favorite shout?
Oh.
What's a good one?
I think, Become Ethereal.
Okay.
I know it's kind of basic, but I really like that a lot. The ability to just kind of jump off whatever I need to jump off and take no damage at all. That's huge to me.
Yeah.
I know it's really basic. I was trying to think of another one. Slow Time was pretty okay. Yeah, I would say Become Ethereal. That's the one I use the most, I would say. It's always equipped, regardless. What about you?
I think my name says it all, man. I mean, I have spent so many hours leading people up mountains and knocking them away. I chose my name for two reasons. Number one, it is my most pressed button. It is the most overused thing I've ever done. I have a mod for zero cooldown for
oh boy.
Fus.
Infinite Fus.
Fus Roda! Fus Roda!
Yeah, someone make an EDM song of that. Fus Roda! Fus Roda! Fus Roda!
It's that, but also because like the dabbing meme was just my bread and butter. I'm basic, but I don't know. It's when you think of shouting in Skyrim, you think of Fus Roda. You think of the first word of power you've ever learned, right?
But yeah, I guess mine was a little boring. It's just
no, it's not. I promise.
It's like you go out. It's like you get to the top of a mountain. It's like, that's a big mountain. Too bad I'm not gonna walk down it properly.
The other option, if you're like me and you don't want to equip a different shout, is just to get your horse to Skyrim down the mountain.
Yeah, if they die, let them die.
I love how Skyrim has become a verb.
Yeah.
You know, Skyrim down the mountain, you know?
No, it is. I'm going to Skyrim up this mountain. And it's like, yeah, I got you, bro. Like, there's no explanation needed. Like, it's just...
They just understand. People are on the same wavelength when you say you're going to Skyrim
spamming
something.
The crap out of the space bar and just going straight forward and wiggling back and forth.
Okay, so I think my next question would be, what would be the funniest thing that has ever happened to you in the game? Like, glitch-wise or just an experience?
Boy, I got to think on that one. I think my funniest stuff, you know the courier?
Yeah.
So after one of my first times I ever installed mods, for whatever reason, the game kept spawning more couriers into the game. I'm sure there's probably a lot more going around the map at any given time, but for whatever reason, there was like 7 couriers in one spot. And they're like kind of stuck and locked inside each other in that, classic Bethesda way. There's a couple stuck in the ground. This is outside of Whiterun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know where he like kind of is, and then he runs towards you. He's like, "Got the message for you."
Yeah. Oh,
he has a different kind of voice, doesn't he? But regardless, that was the funniest thing because every time I'd come back to Whiterun, there'd be one more there. And I think I got up to like 7 or 8, and then I came back and it just crashed. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna walk there. So I went over there, and since I had console commands, I just like typed kill on like 7 of them. So there could only be one. It was just causing a lot of issues. I don't even know what mod that was, but the other one I really enjoyed. They had a companion that you could get. It was a mod that someone made. They fully voiced the mod, and they were like a professional voice actress. And it was just done so well. And like every single section of the map, basically, they would have something to say about it, or some joke to say, or like something you didn't hear before because you didn't have her with you. It gives you another reason to go through it. The thing is that when you got the mod, for whatever reason, the only way to find her, she was in the stables, like basically naked.
Oh.
And I'm like, you're like, wait, why is this? Let's just, be real here. Like, why did we design this way? Why?
It was intentional.
Yeah, of course it is. It's like a little fan service, but it's like, what is the point of this? And she was like, oh yeah, I basically was drinking in the bar last night, and these guys tried to rough me up, and then I killed them, and then I fell asleep next to this horse. And it's like, what is this? What is this dialogue? But I think those are the funniest. That she really has funny stuff to say, like about any kind of situation, even DLC stuff. She's like going to Solstheim. She's like, Solstheim, I hate this place. It's like those were my big ones, but those are the glitches, I would say. Not the first one, more of a glitch. The second one, more funny to me, honestly. How about you?
It's not really a glitch, but it's just an experience with a mod that was really fun. Like I said, the surprise arrows. There's a chance. There's a chance. There's a chance that you can spawn Alduin. And I was like, I was pointing my bow and arrow at Lucan Valerius, or whatever his name is, the Riverwood trader. I said, give me a discount. Give me a discount. You better do it. I was just messing around, and I accidentally loosed the arrow. Da, 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 da.
Just auto-win.
We're just inside of the Riverwood trader. And I'm like,
mistakes were made. Yeah, that really sounds like the Wabbajack effect, because it has a random effect on striking. You can turn it into a chicken or a wolf, but I've never seen the other one, but that's part of the mod that you have.
Yeah.
But man, that would be something else, It's like you're attacking enemy, and every single arrow you hit spawns like 4 Alduins, and it's like, what is happening? Why is my luck so bad?
Let's just say he did not get his golden claw back.
Oh, yeah. That would... boy, how would that even work? I guess he was just like stuck inside or something like that.
Dude, I had to reload from another save. There was no way, because you go out, I died, and I was outside of the Riverwood Trader, and Alduin's wings are just beating from inside of the building. I wish I had been recording.
That's something they tell you whenever you install a mod. A lot of times they're like, make sure to make duplicates of your game files just to make sure nothing gets messed up. And I'm like, nah,
we're good.
No, we're good. And then Alduin spawns inside of a building, and it's like, undo.
And you can't get rid of it.
No, yeah, you just have to basically uninstall the whole dang thing and reinstall. So. Yeah, definitely some funny stuff.
I think my last question, we got to end off on a high note, Tyler.
Oh yeah, let's get it.
You ready? This is the best question of them all, and this is gonna be the hardest question of them all. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Sure. Let's hear it.
What is your favorite NPC dialogue?
Oh, boy.
This is a good one.
I really like the milk drinker insult.
Yeah.
Whenever you ever come across a Nord in the wild, and they just will fight you. Like you talk to them, it's like, get away from me, milk drinker. It's like, what is that? It's like, I don't drink milk. Who are you talking? I'm not a Khajiit, am I? And at first I didn't get it. It's supposed to be like, oh, you're a baby. You're still being breastfed, kind of deal in a way. But it was just like what a wild thing to say. What a wild insult that is.
Yeah, me as a younger human it would have went right over my head,
Yeah, but the sweet roll thing also was interesting, but it's more like that was a nod to something else, like a different game in a way. Well, that was interesting, but what about you?
I gotta say, man, after just causing utter mayhem and havoc and craziness and just Alduin spawning or whatever, and the guard aggroing to you, and then you successfully hiding, and he goes, must have been the wind.
Must have been the wind.
It was not the wind, my dude. It was not the wind.
9 people dead, and it must have been the wind, though.
Must have been the wind. I love that. That is so funny to me. I would say an honorable mention to be like, I got to thinking, maybe I'm the Dragonborn, and I just don't know it yet. That's an honorable mention, though. But the must have been the wind. Must have been the wind.
I will say also at my job, what I do, just taking pictures at some of these old houses, that I'm whispering that to myself 9 times a day. It's like, Must have been the wind. You know, like,
There's so many good memories associated with Skyrim and just all of Elder Scrolls in general, but
yeah.
my God, was it just fun just to sit down and I'm glad we did this impromptu interview kind of style back and forth. I wasn't planning on it, but it kind of worked out, and it was cool to go in order from the very beginning, like grassroots, all the way up to like the most pinnacle godlike question of having what is your favorite NPC?
Yeah, for sure, man. It's one of those games, again, I feel like I've said it a few times, it's going to be one of those games that, you know, when I have kids one day, it's going to be like, you have to play this game. Like, you have to see this game. You have to see, like, but by then, you know, maybe we'll have 2 more.
Hey, I don't know about, I still think Elder Scrolls 6 will still be not out yet by that time.
Probably.
Hey, I need you to do me a favor and text my wife and tell her to play Skyrim. I have it on the Switch, and I'm trying to get her to try it. She doesn't trust me. She's like, I don't know. And I'm like, come on. It's my namesake. Come on. As we log out today, Tyler, why don't you go ahead and plug your Twitch and your YouTubes?
All right, so maybe check me out on that good old Twitch, Tylerthegrey, Grey 927, and then also on the YouTubes at Tylerthegrey. I have an Instagram, but I don't really do much on there, mostly photography, so I'm not even going to really mention that one.
You just did. Now go check him out on Instagram, guys. You have to.
You have to find me. Find me.
Get him to a million followers.
How about you over there, Fus?
As always, you can find me on YouTube at thefusrodab. That is FUSRODAB. You can find me on Twitter, X, Instagram, and TikTok at thefusrodab. I think that's about it from us. Anything else to add before we sign off today, Tyler?
No. Birds aren't real, I've heard, though.
Must have been the wind. Have yourself an incredible rest of your day, guys. Thanks so much for listening. This has been Sunyshore Station. We'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Sunyshore Station.